Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 21st of March and we will be dealing with three very important topics which are in news. Out of the three, one is the thematic discussion which we have undertaken, that is the 6th chapter of Economic Survey. And the 6th chapter of Economic Survey is all about India's infrastructure development. And in today's segment, we are going to deal with port infrastructure development of India and the power infrastructure development of India, or power sector we can say. Apart from this thematic discussion, the two other topics which we will be taking up are, first is River Betwa. This was in news because River Betwa is dying a slow death. The availability of water is I would say decreasing day by day. Reasons are human activities. Lot of sand mining is being done. Deforestation has been there, and all these factors among others have led to the slower dying of this particular river, and that is why probably the Betwa river linking project is also into picture. Next is exercise Varuna. This Varuna exercise is done between the naval forces of India and France. So it is a joint naval bilateral exercise being conducted between these two countries since 2001. In this edition of exercise Varuna, the under the sea capabilities, that is submarine warfare, over the sea, that is ship warfare, and in the air means aircraft carriers and all were also involved. This is going to increase the interoperability between these two major naval forces of the world. And then we will be dealing with the MCQs based on these three topics and discuss the answers to the MCQs of yesterday. Now picking up the first topic, that is River Betwa. This was in news because this is dying a slow death. Slow death simply means for a river is that the availability of water is reducing day by day, and since availability of water, which is fresh water, reduces day by day, is a cause of concern, is a major cause of concern, I would say. So this Betwa river was once known as Vetravati. It has been an important part of Madhya Pradesh's culture, history and spirituality. So it originates in the Vindhya ranges in Madhya Pradesh, flows in the northeast direction, joins Yamuna. So this is, if I have to show it to you on the map, so this is how this river is. So near Bhopal, it originates, flows, and here joins the Yamuna river in UP. So this is a tributary of, Yamuna. This red color river is Betwa. Now, exact place of origin, the Jhiri village in Raisen, and its waters have nourished the regions for centuries. It is celebrated in ancient scriptures also, like Vedas, the Mahabharata, and today Betwa is facing a slow death. Primarily human reasons or human factors are responsible for it. Due to human neglect, illegal activities and lack of proper care, the river is slowly vanishing. So if this continues, then it can disappear also. That is the extreme situation I'm talking about. So let's, look at various importance or historical importance of this particular river, current condition of this river, and then we'll come on to the factors responsible why we are saying this, that Betwa is dying a slow death. So historical importance, it has been praised in ancient hymns and stories, especially the Vedas and Mahabharata. It has a lot of cultural and historical role as well. Over the years, the river has supported kingdoms, witnessed great leaders and saints, and been a vital part of region's identity. And in India, river worship among the Hindus is very common. The holy river Ganges is the most worshipped river, I would say. Current condition of Betwa river, it is dying. River's source in Jhiri village, which once provided water all year long, is now dry. This symbolizes the slow death of Betwa river, and somewhere or the other climate change or global warming is also kind of responsible for it, I would say. The loss of flow, river that once flowed freely through the sacred areas and ancient bridges now leave behind cracked dry land. There is silence and it replaces flowing waters. Flowing waters has its own sound. Now this sound is missing because the water flow has reduced. So this is basically the current condition of the river, causes of the decline. So as we've said that human factors majorly or primarily are responsible, but what kind of human factors are responsible? the human neglect, illegal sand mining along Betwa's banks has caused significant damage to its environment. Deforestation, illegal cutting of trees has destroyed the forests that once protected the river's water supply. So, they hold water, trees and all, and if they are not there, the water will not be held. Concrete construction, development projects have blocked the natural flow of the river, making it difficult for the river to replenish itself. And water extraction has also increased from the river due to the rising population and rising industries and all over there in that region. And that is why this river is dying. What is going to be the impact of this? First is there are environmental concerns. So activists like Rakesh Meena call out the destruction of Betwa as a conspiracy to kill the river and criticize human actions as the main cause of river's suffering. Farmer struggles can be there. Farmers like Lakshman Meena say that their fields now suffer from lack of water. Lack of water will lead to reduced agricultural productivity, reduced income of the farmers, and that is something which the country does not require. We are planning or we are hoping to become a developed country by 2047, but these are not the symptoms of a developed country. So this is what we need to look into. There will be loss of cultural heritage because this river has a lot of cultural significance as well. So Betwa's decline is not just an environmental issue, it also threatens to erase centuries of cultural and historical connections. So the guardians name it, figures like Gopal Das Maharaj, who have long been protectors of Betwa, express deep sorrow over the river's dying. They see it as the loss of an important cultural heritage. So yes, that will also be impacted. But what has been the government's response? That is also very much important. So government has promised, the local government represented by Collector Arun Kumar Vishwakarma acknowledges the river's importance and promises action. Actions are promised, not taken yet. However, no significant changes have been seen so far. Public frustration is rising. Obviously, that will happen because rivers, which are sources of natural water, definitely, when they are dying, the people will be out on the streets. People's frustration will rise because this water is available for agricultural purposes, which is less available now, for domestic purposes, which will be less available. That is the major cause of concern. So there is urgency for action. Social worker Vijendra Pandey highlights the urgency, stating that Betwa is fighting for its life. Immediate intervention is necessary. There is a call for action. Restoration efforts must be swift and large scale. But yes, we are only talking now. Actions are yet to be seen. The path forward should be full of actions. That is it. If the courts have to intervene, they should be intervening, and all that should be done timely before the damage gets irreversible. The cultural and environmental importance it is having. So in order to uphold this, we need to take action. There is need for conservation. Immediate and effective conservation methods are needed or are required to save the Betwa river. So that is going to be one very important aspect. Now, Supreme Court in one of its ruling had highlighted that river Ganga is a living entity. So river Betwa also should be declared as a living entity, and hence it should be protected. Next is exercise Varuna. This exercise is a bilateral exercise between the navies of India and France. Now, the 23rd edition in 2025 of this exercise was conducted. It was started in the year 2001. So this is there, and March 19 to 22 it is being conducted as of now. So it began in 2001 and has grown into a significant annual collaboration. So it is an annual exercise. Participating vessels from Indian Navy, INS Vikrant, it is an aircraft carrier, Scorpion class submarine and other naval assets. French Navy, aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, along with fighter aircraft, destroyers and frigates. Now key highlights: advanced naval drills. Advanced naval drills will be subsurface. Since submarines are participating, the subsurface will be there. Surface operations, testing the coordination of synchronization of surface engagements and maneuvers like fighter ships and all. And aerial, since aircraft carriers are also participating, So aerial coordination will also be practiced. Strategic focus, strengthening tactical coordination and improving combat readiness among these two forces. Maritime patrol aircraft to ensure real-time intelligence sharing and situational awareness, and replenishment at sea operations to bolster logistics of cooperation. That has to be done. Broader significance of Varuna is basically establishing interoperability, deepening the defense ties between India and France, and such like. It is a symbol of military capability, commitment to a free, open and secure maritime environment. This is also in line with our Indo-Pacific vision. So, Indo-Pacific, we want to establish regional security and stability in that region, so that it becomes important. Future implications, it continues to play a key role enhancing maritime collaboration between the two countries, ensuring enhanced defense readiness. So yes, these two countries are major defense, I would say, are having major defense capabilities. So an exercise among them definitely is a very good sign, and it is a good signal to countries like China. Now next is the thematic discussion, chapter 6. We will be discussing about the infrastructure development in India, and in today's segment we will be discussing about the port infrastructure development and the power sector. First, picking up India's ports and shipping sector, which is very important because India's exports and imports are on the rise, and our major focus is to improve exports from India. But for that we need a robust port infrastructure, because 95% of India's international trade happens through the ports. So we need ports, we need world-class ports, and we need more number of ports in the times to come. So this area should not be neglected. Port capacity and operational efficiency. There is a significant improvement witnessed in FY25. Container turnaround time has been reduced from 48.1 hours in FY24 to 30.4 hours in FY25, which is a substantial reduction. The Sagarmala program basically aims at developing port infrastructure and connectivity to the port infrastructure. So let's suppose this is the port. So port infrastructure in this region, port will be developed, terminals will be developed, and connectivity to the port like waterways, roadways and all will be developed. This is all Sagarmala project. Fully harness India's coastline and waterways, improving logistics efficiency. High completion rates in port modernization, port-led industrialization, port connectivity, coastal community development, coastal shipping and inland water transport by November 2024. Means this Sagarmala project of the government is on the rise. It is, on the path of being a successful program. So the major achievements under this Sagarmala project, the Vadhavan mega port. It is going to be India's largest port currently, which is JNPT. And this mega port is under construction. It is under development with an investment of 76,000 crore rupees, featuring 9 container terminals around multiple berths. Then Tuticorin International Container Terminal, inaugurated in September 2024, designed to handle 6 lakh TEUs annually. Then Outer Harbour at Tuticorin aims to boost port capacity by 4 million TEUs with 2,000 meter terminals. So yes, these have been the major achievements in the port sector in the last 1 year. Then port-led industrialization. 12 new industrial smart cities are being developed alongside the ports. This will aim at only exports. Utilization of salt lands. About 25,000 acres of salt lands identified to enhance port sector infrastructure, because these salt lands are of no use since the salt mining has been done from them and they are just lying vacant. So we are utilizing, or we are planning to utilize them. Then international linkages. Chabahar Port and INSTC. The Shahid Beheshti Port at the Chabahar Port, which is developed by India, which is under India's operations, is, we've got the operational contract of 10 years in 2024 for this Shahid Beheshti terminal. The Sitwe Port in Myanmar. This is part of the Kaladan multimodal project. It provides an alternative route for the northeastern states, reducing transport costs. And this port, Sitwe Port, has also been developed by India. And these are some international, I would say, port developments by India. Maritime infrastructure and urban waterways. So National Maritime Heritage Complex. This is coming up in Lothal. So featuring a museum with 14 galleries, the tallest lighthouse museum and India's largest navy gallery along with the theme amusement parks. Then urban waterway projects worth 1303 crore rupees are underway with 16 out of 30 projects already completed. Benefits: served over 35 lakh passengers and facilitated transport of 5 lakh vehicles and 1 lakh cargo trucks. So like Kochi has got a Kochi water metro. This is a classic example of urban waterway projects. Then inland waterways, improvement in inland waterways was also witnessed. Inland waterway connectivity in northeast specifically. Investment developing waterways in Bangladesh with an investment of 305 crore rupees, 80% is funded by India. Improving the Brahmaputra and Barak rivers and Indo-Bangladesh protocol route with an investment of 1010 crore rupees is also on the cards. So, a lot of developments have happened, and yes, in the times to come, we are going to invest more and more in this sector because this sector is actually going to be very rewarding. Next is key developments in India's power sector. Power again is one of the basic ingredients of development. We cannot manufacture without power. We cannot do anything without power. So, we need that. So, currently India's power generation capacity is somewhere around 450 gigawatts. It is projected to be somewhere around 800 gigawatts by 2030. But yes, we need this sector to be sustainable. So, in our climate goals, we have said that around 50% of our power generated by 2030 will be coming from the renewable energy sources. 500 gigawatt will be coming from non-fossil based fuel sources. These are the two climate goals which we have submitted. Let's see what the current situation is. So, current installed capacity 456.7 gigawatts, and this has increased 7.2%. Transmission and transformation capacity addition gained momentum though affected by heavy monsoon conditions, but yes, transmission capabilities have also enhanced in India. Renewable energy growth 209.4 gigawatt as of December 2024. So 209.4 gigawatt out of 456.7 gigawatts. There is an year-on-year increase 15.8% from 180.8 gigawatt in December 2023, and this makes up about 47% of India's total installed capacity. This is some good news. India being a developing country, we are focusing on non-fossil based fuels. The government initiatives: Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. The Saubhagya, the investment 1.85 lakh crore in distribution infrastructure. 18,374 villages have been electrified under Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, and 2.9 crore households gained access to electricity under Saubhagya. So, electrification of villages, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, and electrification of houses means providing electricity to every household in the country has to be done as part of the Saubhagya scheme. That has also been effective. Revamped distribution sector scheme, outlay 3 lakh crore rupees. Approved projects worth 2.8 lakh crore to enhance distribution infrastructure and implement smart metering solutions between FY22 to FY26. There is improvement in power supply also. The daily average power supply in urban areas, it has improved from 22.1 hours per day to 23.4 hours in FY24. This is almost 24 hours. Rural areas improved from 12.5 hours in FY14 to 21.9 hours in FY24. Energy demand and supply gap reduced from 4.2% in FY14 to just 0.1% by December 2024. Now, consumer focused measures implemented in February 2024, rooftop solar photovoltaic simplification, the Pradhan Mantri Har Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, where rooftop solar panels can be installed at a subsidized price. Then EV charging connections, they have been provided because number of EVs are on the rise. Faster new electricity connections in metropolitan areas, it takes only 3 days for a connection to be approved and installed. Municipal areas, it takes 7 days. Rural areas, it takes only 15 days. Metering transparency has come, means electricity theft has reduced, and in the times to come, smart meters will be installed more and more. So, this is what we need to know and understand about India's power sector. Now, coming on to the MCQs based on these 3 topics. First, consider the following statements with respect to Betwa river and mark the correct one. It originates in the Vindhya range. It is a tributary of Yamuna. It might look simple, but yes, it is not that simple. You have to be very careful about it. Which of these factors are negatively impacting the Betwa river? Sand mining, concretization, over extraction of water, or deforestation. You have to find the correct combination. Third, consider the following statements with respect to exercise Varuna and mark the correct one. It is a bilateral naval exercise between India and France. Its first edition was conducted in 2004. Again, carefully answer this. This is a bit simple, but yes, carefully answer this. Which of these port terminals is not developed by India? Shahid Beheshti, Sitwe Port, Shahid Kalantari, or all of them are developed by India. Fifth, consider the following statements with respect to power generation in India and mark the correct one. More than 50% power is generated from the non-fossil based sources as of now, means as of 2024-25. The demand is projected to be 800 gigawatts by 2030. Only one, only two, both 1 and 2, neither one nor 2. So carefully attempt these questions. Now coming on to the answers of yesterday's questions. Arrange these water bodies from north to south. Sea of Okhotsk. So here is the Sea of Okhotsk. 1. East China Sea. East China Sea is over here. 2. And Sea of Japan. This is Sea of Japan. So the correct sequence will be 1, 3, 2. So 1, 3, 2. C is going to be the correct option. So this is the correct arrangement from north to south. Consider the following statements with respect to human coronavirus and mark the correct one. It is not a novel virus. Yes, it is not a novel virus. It had been discovered in the year 2005 and it has been circulating. It causes mild symptoms and can be treated by an antiviral drug. Mild symptoms tak to it is okay, but there is no antiviral drug present for it. Hence, this second statement is wrong and A is going to be the correct option over here. Third, what are the similarities between HKU1 and COVID-19? Both are transmitted in the same manner. Yes, close contact through droplets and all. It is transmitted. Both are vaccine preventable. COVID-19 is vaccine preventable. There is no such vaccine available for human coronavirus or HKU1. So this statement is wrong. Hence, A is going to be the correct option over here. Fourth, which of these factors impacted capex in FY25? So according to the economic survey, corruption was not a factor which impacted capex. Elections did impact in the first quarter of FY25. Due to elections, model code of conduct was there, due to which the capital expenditure reduced, but it was back on track after that. Unpredictable weather events also impacted the capital expenditure. So these two are the factors. So 2 and 3. Hence, C is going to be the correct option over here. So with this, we have come to an end of today's session. I'll be seeing you tomorrow now with more such informative news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. I'm not repeating it today. Namaste. Jai Hind.